welcome to this kind of a dreary Friday afternoon here in northern Michigan. I just got back from Lansing. I had a meeting there this morning, and Lansing's our state capital. It's about two hours and 45 minutes away. So it was a little rough start going down this morning. Had a lot of freezing rain, icing conditions on the expressway. Saw a couple people in the ditch. But luckily I was able to make it down, and now on the way back home it's warmed up a bit. It's a little bit above freezing and just a little bit of light rain right now. So it's not too bad. The roads at least aren't real slippery. Okay, I see somebody move the mineral block down here. Put it back up. I don't know if that's going to stay or not. Maybe we better put it right there. So I'm going to grab some food and put it out. I've got a few letters to read to you today and some other fun stuff to talk about. So I will be back in a few minutes to put food out, and I'll tell you right after that. Turkeys aren't going too far away, so I'm sure they're going to be back right after I leave. I'm not sure how that mineral block got moved. I haven't had a chance to look at the archives yet, but something must have really dug, because it was frozen right into the ground there. So something wanted to move. Turkeys are about 3/4 of the way up the hill. They're probably at a point where they feel safe, but they can keep an eye on me here. Everything else is in order here. Okay. The turkeys are watching me up there. I don't know if you can hear them or not. I don't know if they're telling me to hurry up or what, but I've got a lot to share with you today. So I am going to, well, let's start out with the thank yous here. I've got some people that have made some donations to help keep things going here, help keep the animals fed and the camp going. I'd like to start out by thanking Nancy Masteris from Stockton, California. Thank you very much for your generous donation. Also want to thank John and Nancy Shimo from Canton, Ohio. Appreciate your help. And I've got a couple of folks that are helping us out on a monthly basis. And the first one is Stephanie Vittoria in Washington, D.C., and also Linda DeBus from Kansas City, Kansas. They've been helping us out on a monthly basis, and we appreciate that. And then also a donation from Pat Shear from Bluffton, South Carolina. And Pat, I believe you're helping us out on a monthly basis too, and we certainly appreciate that. Before I read these letters, it was kind of funny. Yesterday, I was a guest at the Rotary meeting here in Gaylord, and I was talking to a gentleman across the table from me that I'd never met before. It happened to be a gentleman that just bought one of the radio stations here in Gaylord, and somebody had mentioned the Snowman Camp. I think they actually introduced me to him and said, "Oh, by the way, this is the guy that has the Snowman Camp," and his name is Brian. And Brian said, "Oh, my mother-in-law loves your Snowman Cam. She's got it on 24/7 on her iPad." He says, in fact, he was at her house, I guess not too long ago, and he heard noises coming from the other room, and he asked her what that was, and she said, "Oh, that's just blue jays at the Snowman Camp." I guess she leaves it turned on, and then when she hears something of interest come in, she can kind of tell by the way it sounds, and then goes and checks it out. But just want to say hi to Helen Fell from Mitchell, Ontario. That's Brian's mother-in-law. So Helen, a shout out to you. Appreciate you being a loyal fan. Just met Brian for the first time, like I said, yesterday. Seems like a great guy, and I'm sure I'll be seeing a lot more of him in the future. So Helen, we appreciate you being one of the super fans out there watching us 24/7. Okay, now we've got just a couple letters here to share with you. This one was actually sent to Richard, but sent through me, and I passed it on to Richard. And it says, this is from Jim and Terry Porter in Hope Sound, Florida. It says, "Hi, Richard. We received our mini Woody. He is fabulous." Richard makes these little snowmen up and raises money for the site. It says, "What talent you have in handcrafting this one-of-a-kind snowman. Since we are not world travelers, he will be visiting famous places in Florida. Again, thanks for your dedication to Snowman Cam along with Brenda and Ken. The webcam is very relaxing and addictive, so we are grateful that Gaylord Wildlife are benefiting from your generosity." So thank you very much to Jim and Terry, and we look forward to seeing some of your pictures posted. I know you come into the chat room on snowmancam.com. You have the ability to post in there, and then certainly on our Facebook pages too. So what happens for those of you that aren't familiar with that, Richard, a very important part of this whole Snowman Cam thing, we couldn't do it without him, has crafted these snowmen, which you'd have to see him on the website. But he told me this morning, I think he's only got 3 or 4 left. And if you're interested in getting one of those, just go to snowmancam.com, and towards the top of the page there's a link that says Feed the Wildlife. Scroll to the bottom of that page, and you'll see the little story. You'll see pictures of it, how you can get one. You little bugger. Okay, that's like 4 times now in the last week or so. That one got me right on the head. Okay, I still have stuff I got to do today, guys. Can't wash my hair again. So, anyways, yeah, if you want to see what people do is they purchase these, which obviously helps us out a lot, and then they take their little snowmen with them on vacation and take them to famous spots. And in fact, my cousin Andy posted a picture today. I didn't quite catch where it was. I think he said Nebraska, but I'll have to go back and really study it. I just looked at it really quick. And so it's kind of a fun thing to do. So if you're interested in doing that and supporting the Snowman Cam at the same time, just check that out. Go to that link that says click here to feed the wildlife. Scroll to the bottom of the page, and you'll see how you can get involved. And then what I do when people send us pictures of their little travels with the snowman, I post those on the website, or you can even post them direct yourself to right on our Facebook page. So thank you very much to Jim and Terry Porter for reporting that you got your snowman and that you're happy with them. I've got a letter here too that, in fact, actually I was going to bring it yesterday and I forgot it for some reason. I did mention their names, and it's Michaela and Dennis Stabler, and they're in Germany. And they sent along and says, "Dear Ken and Brenda, within very few days we became fans of your Snowman Cam. When we first saw the cam and the Earth Cam app, we were wondering about the still live. But when we realized how many animals showed up, we got impressed. Meanwhile, we enjoy your daily speech regularly," so I hope you're watching right now. If not, you can see it in the archives. "We put the iPad on the table and watch your latest news while having dinner." And I guess that's about right. It's well, you probably already had dinner today because I'm a little bit later than normal getting here today. So, like I mentioned yesterday, they had made a donation to help the wildlife. It says, "Keep on with your camera. All the best to you, and regards from the north of Germany, Michaela and Dennis Stabler." So, thank you very much. Certainly appreciate your help, and glad you're enjoying the cam there from Germany. And I've got one more to share with you. I think it's on my phone. So bear with me for a second, see if I can pull this up. If I can remember, I think it was an email that came in that I wanted to share that I thought was interesting. Let's see. I hope it's in here. If not, if I'm not able to find it relatively soon. Oh, there it is. Okay, this one's titled "The Possum Cafe," and this is from somebody who wishes to remain anonymous. It's somebody who has supported the cam right from the very beginning, and we certainly have appreciated the help over the years. And I'll never forget, years ago at Christmas time, this person sent us a care package that had all kinds of interesting things and healthy things for the wildlife to eat. So that kind of got me started on making sure we always put out good, nutritious food, and that we're not just putting out corn, but we put out a lot of great things full of vitamins and minerals and things that help aid digestion for the animals here during the winter. But this one, particularly, they talk about the possum. It says, "Hi Ken, since many of your viewers are enjoying the possum visits, I thought I'd share my experience with these unique critters. About 25 years ago, I came eye to eye with a young possum on my patio fence. I had to research what it was and have been hopelessly smitten by this creature ever since. First, they are harmless. Baring their teeth and hissing is about their only defense, except, of course, plain possum. And that's when they just kind of act like they're dead and hope that whatever's trying to get them leaves them alone. They do not carry rabies since they have a low body temperature, and then in parentheses they have, it could be possible if bitten by a rabid bat. They travel up to 5 miles a night looking for food, overripe fruit, worms, dead things, snails, slugs, insects, and pet food. And then they say, unfortunately, the occasional chicken. I didn't know they liked chickens. They are much more polite than raccoons. They're not destructive. I think we've seen that out here, that they are pretty polite little animals and keep to themselves. It says, wanting to make their lives a little easier, I hope I opened the Possum Cafe. My local wildlife rehabber suggested Beneful dry dog kibbles. It says, yes, I know you're not supposed to feed the wildlife in populated areas, but they are here. Currently, my Opie's dine on grapes, banana, apples, avocado, scrambled eggs, walnut pieces, and Beneful. Actually, that sounds pretty good. All right. Guys, behave up there. It says, winter fruit is limited and is expensive, but thanks to the 99-cent store and seconds or throwaways at the farmer's market, my Opies are healthy, happy, and well fed. So definitely glad to hear that. It says, please, if you choose to feed the wildlife, avoid giving them human junk food, French fries, donuts, etc. Stay as close to nature as possible. And I can probably see that's exactly what we do here. We don't bring garbage out here for them to eat. And although I've been offered that a lot, and I certainly appreciate the offer, we like to make sure that they're fed pretty much all natural types of food, certainly things that are healthy. It says snail and rat poison, etc. make up the food chain to wildlife and domestic animals. Last but not least, never feed wildlife with your bare hands. Fingers look just as tasty as a grape or a hard-cooked egg. Have a great weekend. And then just goes on to finish that up. So thank you very much for that information. I appreciate it. I'm sure a lot of the people out there enjoyed that information. And once it starts getting warmer, I think we'll start seeing the possum out here more often. As you probably notice, they really don't have any protection on their feet or their tail, so they're very prone to getting frostbite. So they usually don't come around when it's extremely cold, but as it gets warmer, you'll start seeing them more and more. So again, thank you for that information. I certainly appreciate it. Let's see what else I want to share with you. I've been mentioning too, our YouTube channel is up and going. And I didn't look today. Last time I looked, we had 187 subscribers. We're hoping to increase that number. We've got a lot of neat plans for that, including being able to broadcast our feed live there, and then we've got some other things we want to do with videos. So if you're a YouTube fan out there, just go on our Snowman Cam page, snowmancam.com. Go to the top of the page and you'll see a link that says Our Videos. And that'll take you right to our page. And while you're there, you can take a look at what's been posted on there. Click on the video link there. You'll see a lot of history. You'll see television news stories. And you'll learn more about what we're doing here. But also every day I will be posting the chats, which a gentleman named John Baxter is so kind to do every day. He actually captures these, edits them down, and loads them up to YouTube. And then I've been grabbing those and putting them on our YouTube page. So yeah, so feel free to check that out. I think we're gonna have some fun with that group as time goes on. And I also want to welcome all the new people that just joined us on our Facebook pages. I see who you are, obviously, when you sign up, so I can see the number of people that come in every day. But when you do, feel free to post and just kind of introduce yourself so people from around the world can have the pleasure, like I do, of knowing where you're from, and also give them a chance to welcome you to the group. We're certainly glad to have you. The people that are on there know there's a lot of neat things that get posted. I'm absolutely amazed at the talent from around the world that people have used to make our Facebook pages interesting. I see the making of cartoons with pictures and captions and little videos of interesting things that maybe go on during the day or throughout the night, and those are always fun to watch. Because obviously every time you tune in, because this is the wild, you're not guaranteed to see anything here. It's not like a zoo where you're pretty much going to see something nonstop. So there'll be times where you'll want to be able to kind of click over and see some of the fun stuff that people have captured. So if you do Facebook, just do a search for us, Snowman Cam, and two will pop up. Our page, which you're free to like, and we appreciate it. And then there's also the Snowman Cam fans group, which that's kind of where most of the activity goes on. And I like to mention every once in a while too, because people do post on the page, our Snowman Cam Facebook page, and I encourage that. And they probably go back and say, wow, I wonder why my posts aren't here. It actually took me a while to discover where those were going. And if you go to the Facebook page and you just scroll down until you find a link that says visitor posts, click on that and it'll bring them all up. They don't show necessarily like on our fans page where you post something, it doesn't show it right there on the wall or the page or whatever it's called. you got to kind of look for it a little bit. So, but people post a lot of cool things on our page too. So feel free to do that. Click on that link that says visitor posts, and be sure to respond, reply, and like those things, so the people posting there realize that people are actually seeing them, because they really don't get a lot of people seeing them. So, but welcome to all of you that have joined. Thanks to all the folks, as always, at EarthCam. You guys do a great job in keeping us up and running. And thanks to all the people that use the EarthCam app, and all you folks there that have liked us and are posting pictures to the Hall of Fame in there on a regular basis. That's a great way to introduce new folks to the Snowman Cam here. And I know I've heard from a lot of people that said, I've seen that thing over the years, but I thought, why in the world would I want to look at a snowman in the woods? And they're pleasantly surprised once they do finally click on it to see just exactly what goes on here. So thanks to all you folks over there that keep that going. I think that's all I had for today. Got just a few things to do yet before I get home, but I think we're all set here. I probably have to go home and comb a bird dropping out of my hair. I think that's number 4 in the last week. Not sure what that means, but I guess thank you. All right, I'm going to take off. The wind is starting to kick up here, and they're saying this weekend it's going to be very blustery here. They're saying we're supposed to get winds up to 40 miles an hour, so that should be. So I'm going to take off. I hope wherever you're watching at that you're warm and comfortable and safe and in good health, and that you're well fed. And with your help, like the folks that I mentioned here today, I'll be here every day making sure that there's food out here, so these animals here can make it through another brutal Michigan winter. And somebody asked me yesterday, which I get this question once in a while, do you just feed during the winter? And no, we feed year-round. I think we just concentrate more during the winter, because these animals, there's not much for them to find. But yeah, we'll feed all year round. Certainly, bird food will be out, and you'll see a variety of wildlife coming in. So, not to worry. It's a 24/7, 365 operation here. So, take care, everybody. I will see you tomorrow.